Clint David, managing partner for David Goodman and Madole.
But Dallas attorney Clint David says there's nothing to stop you from trying.
Trial watcher attorney Clint David says defense attorneys did show some of the government's case.
Clint David has been watching the trial.
Attorney Clint David says given the severe injuries in the collapse, it's likely legal questions will be raised about whether the team did enough to
That's
protect
very,
people.
very important.
Dallas attorney Clint David has been in the courtroom but is not involved in the case.
This is actually going right in the middle of the bullseye.
Which is better. Clint David has been watching the trial.
Very persuasive. Don Hill could just as easily be telling you an agenda at a city council meeting as he is testifying for his life.
Researchers say it is a growing trend. Experts believe nearly 1 in 3 teens in grades 10 through 12 send or receive sexual content online and use cell phones.
It is the height of insanity to take a naked picture of yourself with your cell phone and send it to another person.
Dallas attorney Clint David says teens plus technology can spell trouble.
In North Texas, 70-mile-an-hour winds are not uncommon. That's exactly what caused the Cowboys training facility to collapse.
Was it properly designed, or were there defects? Should they have foreseen winds like this, and if so, should it have been designed to be able to withstand this wind?
Saturday's collapse did force the casino to conduct its own investigation.
They're put on notice that they may not withstand winds that North Texas will receive. And if they do not go out, and if they do not take steps to make sure that it's safe, and it happens in their building, they've got a big problem.
To spy or not to spy? Now, this is a question many parents are having to ask when it comes to their kids. So Clint David, attorney with David Goodman and Madole, is here to give us not-so-perfect parents some insight. Aren't there legal consequences if a child does, for example, send a pornographic text to a friend or a classmate?
No question. In fact, around the country now, children, 14, 15-year-olds are being prosecuted for trafficking child pornography.
Wow.
By sending so-called sexting pictures, nude photographs to others. Now, whether or not that's what those laws were intended for, whether or not that's a bit of prosecutorial overreaction, you can argue. But the fact of the matter is, it's illegal. So kids have to know that, and parents have to know how commonplace so-called sexting is.
Well, and I think it's also
The hot seat was just that today as Bill Fisher was again on the stand under cross-examination.
Was very direct, very aggressive, sometimes even sarcastic.
Dallas attorney Clint David, not involved in this case, observed as defense attorneys, through Fisher's testimony, talked about the close relationship between developer Brian Potashnick.
Laura Miller and Potashnick are essentially joined at the hip, and why in the world wasn't she brought to justice here? I mean, that was the message that the defense was trying to send.
A relationship Fisher did not have with Miller.
The message that was sent where Fisher and Miller did not get along, that Miller did not support Fisher's projects, and that was the second thing I think that counsel was trying to bring out as his motive.
The defense team says Fisher's motive is one of anger and vindictiveness. Then, lead defense attorney Ray Jackson took on Fisher.
The first question out of his mouth was, did you ever pay Don Hill any money for votes? The answer, of course, was no.
Fisher told the jury, though, there was an implication that Don Hill was implying that he should pay these certain contractors.
When Don Hill takes the stand, that's going to be the big moment. That's going to be the time where this case, I think, pivots.
Mobile Spy claims to be a useful tool for employers and parents, but an attorney has this fear.
What it's really for is to monitor spouses and girlfriends. That's fine. There's only one small problem. If you use this product improperly, it's a federal and state criminal offense. It's called wiretapping.
Mobile Spy's website does say you can silently record all text messages and call details. In the fine print, it also says it is a federal and state offense to install monitoring or surveillance software on someone's phone without their authorization.
But if that special someone gives you an iPhone, you want to make sure that it's not booby-trapped, and you want to make sure that iPhone isn't really a spy phone.
Clint David wants to do something about that stereotype and help the public in the process.
The toll that a lawsuit takes on people, the expense, the emotional toll, the years it takes on your life, all the negative energy.
Right.
There's a much greater cost to litigation than just the checks you're writing to your attorney. think about that too.
Your white horse is waiting for you on the way out. Thank you so much, and thanks for starting this process with us.
Well, it was a pleasure, right?
Right.
Thank you so much.